All right. So, how do you create a template for basically an APA template um, in Microsoft Word online? Online. This is obviously the online version. Does not, as a reminder, the online version does not have all of the commands that you'll find on the desktop version. It's always better if you have access or you can download the desktop version to your computer. That's really the best way to use Word. But if you are, an individual who has, for example, let's say you have a Chromebook, which does not allow a download, then you'll have to use this online version to create this template. So, how do you do that? First things first, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and center, and we're going to hit enter. And we're going to try to find the middle of the page if I can find it. And then you're going to type all the all the different pieces that are required for this template. And we'll just go ahead and type this, and then we'll change our line spacing in just a second. So paper title, your name, school name, course. This is just an example, right? Name, instructor. Oh, that's not right. And date. All right, so let's go ahead and fix our line spacing. We're gonna just highlight that text, go to paragraph settings, and we want our line spacing, which is over here on the right side, to be double. Make sure before and after is 0. A lot of times students do not change this particular setting. That will throw your line spacing off. Before and after should be 0. And then line spacing is double, and then we're gonna click OK. Now we have consistent double spacing, and we're going to insert page numbers in the upper right hand corner. So we went to insert page numbers. Notice it shows it right there. We're going to click, insert a page number, and there it is. All right. So now we're going to go to the last line, and what we want to do is we want to insert, and this is where it's different from the desktop version. The online version does not have section breaks. We're going to go to page break, and it'll bump you down to the next page. We're going to hit backspace, and it's funny how it does that. Let me hit enter. It's funny how it does that here, how it does not allow me in the online version to go back against the left margin. So you have to manually go up. Notice what I did. I came here to paragraph and I manually put it there. And now I'm going to go to insert. And then we'll go here, hit section or page break, and it'll move us down to the next page. Notice everything up here stays where it is. Now, before we move any further for APA, go ahead and I'm going to highlight our text. We want to use Times New Roman. I'm going back to the Home tab. And we want to look for Times New Roman. And of course, it's 12, the font size, and that should fix the fonts there. Now, let's go back to the top of where we were. Now, before we move any further, let's make sure our page margins are correct. Go to Layout and go to Margins, and they should be set at normal. 1 inch, top, bottom, left, and right. They are. All right. So now we want to hit Tab. Let me see. Let's do this first. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit Tab. There's a couple of ways of doing it. So we're just going to hit Tab, and it'll take us to the half-inch mark. And you can just type, this is my body page. All right. And it's put a few periods there. Now we're going to move to the next page. And by now you should know how to do that, to put a break in. Although we're on the layout tab, you can find breaks right here as well. We're going to hit breaks. It'll bump us down. That's funny how it gave us the option. We want a page break. So click page break. it takes us down to the next page, because in an APA template, you have 3 pages. You have your cover page. We just finished the body page. Now we're going to work on the references page. All right, so now we are down on the references page. Let's go back to the home tab. We're going back to the paragraph settings, and we're going to click center. We want to type references and make sure your heading is bold. But before we do that, let's just hit enter. Get away from that line first. I'm going to come back up here, highlight, and make it bold. And again, make sure your fonts are consistent. Times New Roman. We're going to go back to this line. It's funny. Notice how your font changed again. Watch your fonts, because I came down here on purpose, because if it's funny how if I don't go down to a line, see, like I'm having that problem right now. In the online version, it can be kind of stubborn. It won't manually allow me. What I was doing, I was hitting backspace where I am right now. It does not manually allow me to do that. So I have to go to the command itself up here and then put it back against the left margin. Now, the next thing we need to do is let's just highlight these 2 lines where we were, which I forgot to do. We go back to our paragraph settings and make sure before and after is what? 0. Come on. Before and after is 0, and line spacing is double. And let's go over here under special, and we're going to choose hanging, because you should have hanging references. Click OK. Or hanging indentations on your references. Click OK. And so now it's set. How do I know it's set, Dr. Fisher? If it's right, and it's just type a bunch of letters in here, and make sure you change your fonts to where they are not bold. All of your fonts are not bold on references. And then we're going to click bold to take the bold away. That is what it should look like. Obviously, I just typed a bunch of letters. You're going to actually type a real reference in here, right? And remember, references are in alphabetical order, okay? All right, so now you have a template that you could actually save in your, save it under, here online. You'll save it in the cloud. You save it as APA template. And when you get ready to use it for a paper in another class, you'll give it another file name, save it under another file name, and you can just reuse the template over and over and over again. So that's just a much quicker way of getting into your, into writing your paper versus worrying about all these different things that I just showed you as it relates to APA formatting. Let me make sure I've covered all bases. Oh, did we put page numbers in here? Yep, we sure did. We put page numbers. We got our line spacing. We got first line indent on the body page. We have hanging indentations and double spacing. We got a heading on our references page. Everything is in order. So this template is ready to rock. In other words, this is what you would reuse for all of your classes. You just have to, again, change the file name. All right. So that's how you create an APA template in Microsoft Word online.